2025 absolutely went insane for mobile gaming, no filter, no clones, games that really had no business running on a phone. Today we're gonna be counting down the best mobile games of 2025 and honestly, they had no rights to be this good.
Orbital tile failure. 0 human life signs detected.
We're gonna be going ocean deep for number 1. Calling Subnautica the best ever made premium mobile game that came out in 2025. Look, it's that one game that no one was even hyped for, and when it was announced, folks did nothing and we also expected disappointment. However, this game turned out to be that rare case that almost never comes on mobile. The full uncompromised survival experience, right as it was. Lonely oceans, beautiful reefs, and that constant fear of something bigger coming from behind and you're its dinner. This port is shockingly competent. It runs better on Steam Deck, of course, but that's not the point. This is Subnautica in your pocket, quietly reminding you how small you actually are. One of the best survival games ever made. It's hands down a 10 out of 10.
Please don't judge him for what he might do.
If 2025 was kind to a game series, it just had to be Hitman. Seriously. We had Blood Money Reprisal, we had World of Assassination on iOS, a bunch of DLCs, and the absolute GOAT, Hitman Absolution. Look, it's a rare thing to happen when a paid game gets a 5 out of 5 rating on the Play Store. And not only Subnautica actually earned that achievement on mobile, so did Hitman Absolution. And we in fact had a pretty hard time choosing which one to show off at number 1. Absolution on mobile is just straight up legendary. It's not a downgrade, not a cloud version, not a mobile edition, but just a full game rebuild for phones like developers had something bigger to prove. Pretty crisp visuals, smooth controller support, and yes, keyboard mouse on mobile. Once again, it's a 10 out of 10. Every once in a while, a mobile game shows up that sounds so stupid you just simply bounce it off on instinct. And although we could simply place Bleach, Soul Resonance, which is a 5 out of 5 rating game, Blue Protocol, Fire Emblem, and just a ton of other AAA mobile games, we're actually handing it to Umamusume Pretty Derby. Why? Well, it was just that stupid at first for us as well, until it wasn't. Strip away the anime horse girl insanity and what you actually get is a genuinely smart training sim that's disguised as a gacha. The game's loop is super tight. The planning, the managing, dealing with luck, and sweating every race like it's the last lap of a real championship. Races themselves are shockingly tense in this game, yet against all odds, this game somehow magically works. And that is the most impressive part. Pretty Derby gets a solid 9 out of 10.
Name's John Marston.
Number 4 is simple. Red Dead Redemption on mobile. And if you've got a Netflix account, I don't even know why you're still here looking for a game to play. Unless you don't have an account and you've got to pay $40. And in that case, we understand. All things considered, this is just pure Red Dead Redemption and definitely better on mobile than a Switch 2 or PlayStation 5 where you can't even enjoy it without folks noticing. If you've got the right hardware, this thing actually holds 60 frames per second, looks clean, and doesn't stutter itself to death. All the devices run it, but compromises still. Playing John Marston on a phone is absurd, at the same time one of the most oddly impressive mobile gaming experiences in history. You know that area when a game should be annoying, but for some reason you keep hitting play again anyway? Well, Sonic Rumble is that. It's basically a battle royale for people who don't want to loot for 10 minutes before having fun. Pretty short, loud, messy, and Sonic's abilities and speeds actually work here instead of fighting the camera. Obviously on PC it gives you a better frame rate. Mobile's pretty fine as well, but compromised just a tiny tad. Free to play and the kind of dumb fun that understands its own limits, and that's actually rare. Sonic Rumble was, nominated for a Game of the Year award, but eventually lost to, guess what? Umamusume Pretty Derby. While now we're on the free-to-play territory, we'd like to give the next spot to Spider Fuser, which is, for about 99% of the content, the single finest superhero game you're gonna be playing on mobile. Plus, everything feels so smooth. Just like Spider-Man, only with like more style. I mean, you're this human spider mashup, live casting your life while building a fan base on the go that notices when you actually pull off something that's actually insane. Pretty fast combat, swinging and fighting villains are pretty deep, and the story actually gives you stuff to care about. City looks great, action is non-stop, and trust me, it's the kind of game you start playing you lose hours in without even noticing. Keeping this momentum at its highest, we're given the 7th spot to the most power-hungry game on the list, Once Human. And Once Human is just one of those survival games that just shouldn't work on paper, but it does, and it does very well. Free to play, open world, and it's just jam-packed with content. The thing that actually hooks you is how weird and how creative the game's world gets. It's got school buses with legs, Pokemon companions made of alien stuff, just the most bizarre, although in the right way. Survival loop is simple but surprisingly addictive, runs smooth and connects with PC players. Honestly, one of the most refreshing survival games of the year. It's easily a 9.5 out of 10. We're gonna be shooting number 8 with a different type of style. We've got the one and only first-person shooter, Delta Force Mobile. Peak realistic first-person shooter, almost as if they actually squeezed a PlayStation 5 Battlefield game, Tarko, and a Hollywood movie war like right into your phone, and somehow they just managed to pull this thing off just fine. You've got 50-player PvP warfare, great-looking explosions, smooth vehicle combat, and this operation mode that kind of delivers a perfect hard as racing but I'm having fun extraction tension without feeling unfair. The game itself runs somehow well, I mean it's shockingly well, looks even better, and with full controller support, it just genuinely feels built for something with a bigger screen. Thronefall comes into play at number 9 as basically proof that strategy games don't need to be bloated to be brilliant. First, a PC game, now it's on Android and iOS. Thronefall takes just a soulless something like Kingdom Crown and trims the fat, leaving nothing but pure bite-sized perfection. You spend the day building your little kingdom, prepare and fight like hell at night to keep it alive. Pretty easy to learn, but surprisingly brutal when the waves hit harder than expected. Everyone feels different thanks to, the clever modifiers and level variety that you get. Pretty simple game, pretty clean, endlessly replayable. It's a rare strategy game that respects your time and still makes you feel like a tactical genius. It's a paid one, takes you $10.
Name's Lene. Drive safe! Name your color!
And at number 10 comes the biggest, humongous Wuthering Waves, acting like a full-on console release instead of a mobile game. I mean, it's basically what happens when an action RPG decides that it's tired of being mobile. Literally. Like, try to mash Genshin Impact, Devil May Cry, and a trampoline together and you might kinda get this. Yet it's free and rewards your thinking instead of button mashing like other RPGs. Story, not that much, but the visuals, the music, and the team building carry the whole thing. In fact, we're all here for the fun, and the good thing about WuWa is free players can actually cook with nothing. And guess what? It even supports controllers like a real console game. Honorable mentions are at number 11, Clover Pits, basically a virtual casino in hell. And by that, I mean you're locked in a room with a slot machine, an ATM, and it's just ready to eat you. Very punishing game. It's like Balatro had a baby with an anti-gambling institute. The odds are always against you, modifiers give you some control, and it's even fun to lose money for once in a video game. In short, it's gambling with stakes that actually matter. Pretty good game. It's rated a 4.9 out of 5. Do you know the feeling when a new entry in a series of games you love gives you like exactly what you wanted without annoying you? Well, Garden of Banban 8 is that rare chapter where things just simply click. It looks better, runs smoother than earlier entries, and the entry is just genuinely fun instead of confusing. It's still pretty short, it's deep horror, and as Banban goes, this is one of the better weekends you're gonna get. Acecraft just had to be in the list. I mean, one way or another, because it's gold. I mean, literally, it's basically Cuphead on phone with its bullet hell friends. You pick an aircraft, dodge, and occasionally wonder why like Tom and Jerry and Tasmanian Devil are suddenly your wingmans. Pretty simple game, very charming, and the jazz soundtrack just makes the whole game very classy. You can just simply enjoy hours of gaming with this one without spending a dime. And just until a few months ago, bullet hell games never felt this fun. We're gonna be keeping things brainy with number 14, Chance of Sennaar. It's just a puzzle adventure game that makes you feel like a detective of these dead languages, where you wake up in this mysterious tower where nobody speaks your tongue, and your job is to just basically learn how to communicate. It's got that calm, Mobius art and puzzles that actually make you think. Pretty smart, stylish, and strangely peaceful. Basically a game that reminds you being lost in translation could look pretty beautiful. Crystal of Atlan definitely deserves better than, to be on our honorable mentions, of course, without hesitation. And it's the kind of game that just wins you over with everything that it has to offer. The combats, the classes, the world's got a cool, distinct vibe you just don't get anywhere else. Pretty ambitious. This game is clearly built with a lot of love, and it's pretty good even if you don't have any hope for an anime RPG. I've said it before, be careful with Crystal of Atlan, it's a very addictive game, really. And one more. Two more, but the last one I'm not even gonna say anything. Do you wanna guess it? You probably couldn't even if you tried. It's almost non-existent among other games. So here goes nothing. A Little to the Left. In short, this game is that specific type of itch when something on your disk is like almost straight and you're sitting with like no brain cells and you just can't let it go. It's that feeling turned into a game. No timer, no fail state. The hint system actually respects your intelligence, and there's a cat for some reason that exists purely just to mess with you. The mobile port works well. It's calm, smart, and addictive in a way very, very few puzzle games actually manage. And last but not least, it's the one and only Prince of Persia, and the one that's actually got the lost crown.